Managing a dynamic tea manufacturing company like the Mambila Beverages Nigeria Limited is not an easy task. Timothy Fania, the man saddled with the responsibility of daily operations of this Nigeria's gold in bags, has been the managing director for 6 years. He speaks with Discover Taraba on the game-changing impact of His Excellency, Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku, on the Mambila Beverages Company. MD, thank you so much for having us here at the Mambila Beverages. I mean, the scenery, the ambience in itself is absolutely breathtaking. And the taste of this tea, this is my first time of experiencing the beauty of this. It is absolutely wonderful.
You're welcome. In fact, you can say more. The testimony or what you've been hearing, today you are here and you are experiencing it yourself.
Indeed. Let's begin the conversation with this.
You're welcome.
Right. The Mambila tea. Tell me exactly what makes this tea different from other teas out there.
Highland tea and Highland green tea is different from other tea, just like we've been saying. And this is just the reality. It's simple. This is the only company that grow its own tea in Nigeria. Other teas that you are seeing in Nigeria are being imported. Within 48 hours of plucking this tea that you are seeing, you drink it in the market. This is the only unique advantage and feature that this tea has that other teas that you are seeing in the market doesn't have. Because they import the bulk tea that they package for their tea. It takes sometimes 8 months, even 1 year. You know the difficulties that is in importing things into Nigeria. So we don't import. We grow our tea, we develop it, manufacture it. That's why I say within 48 hours is the only tea you take within 48 hours in the market after plucking the tea leaves. And take note, we don't, because of the short period, we don't act coloring. We don't act preservatives. These are what other teas are doing. Ours is 100% natural.
Talking about where the tea is consumed, where do you export or send the teas to, or where do people come from to buy this tea?
The Highland tea today is all over Nigeria. But to be frank with you, the capacity we have at the moment is still small. Because indirectly, they are importing this, they are exporting this our tea.
Oh.
Indirectly, not formally. A lot of people export this tea. So virtually everywhere we have a distributor in Lagos. We have distributor in Jos. We have distributors in Maiduguri. We have distributors in Kano. We have distributors in Gombe. And we have outlets spread all over Nigeria. So the tea is being consumed virtually everywhere in Nigeria.
We have 2 packs here. This one is the green tea, and this one is the black tea. What is the difference between the two of this?
Yes. The green tea, all of them, you should note that they are all from the same tea leaves.
Yeah.
Tea leaves that you are seeing.
Yes.
Both the black tea, which is called the Highland tea, and the green tea, which we call Highland green tea, all comes from the same tea leaves. The difference is just in the processing and in the plucking of the tea leaves. In black tea, by standard, we pluck 2 leaves and a bud. Or 3 leaves and a bud. This is globally accepted for black tea. While green tea has to be 1 leaf and a bud, or at worst, 2 leaves and a bud. That's all. And the processing differs.
Are the tastes different?
They take different.
The tastes are different?
Yes.
The black tea tastes different from the green tea?
Yes.
Let me jump in, because I'm taking the green tea.
Yes.
And
after this, we can take the black tea and you see the
taste is
difference.
refreshing.
Yes.
I thought...
The color are different.
Yes.
And the taste are also different.
I actually thought the green tea would be bitter, but I can't taste any tint of bitterness in here.
The green tea, we have them of 2 types. The one you are taking right now and the one that I'm also taking right now is the green tea bag.
Yeah.
The one that we have made of recent for convenience. The former one that we were having, it was in loose form. And that is the one that if you allow it to overbrew, it will be bitter. Oh. Which means the concentration is high. That does not mean it will harm you. But sometimes it gives you more energy that if you take in the night, it even deny you sleep because of the enough energy in you. And some family people enjoy it to keep their family going.
that was thrown in proverbially,
Yes. A lot of people came for this tea because it keeps their family moving, happier.
Well, I hope you understand what he means by family people.
Yes, yes, people know.
Personally, I'm blown away, really, that such is going on here. This is homegrown in Nigeria without having to contribute anything from outside of this space. That, for me, first of all, is a huge success. But I wanted to ask you also, do you have any challenge?
The major challenge we have around here is the weather. Sometimes the excessive cool burn our tea in the fan.
Cold burns the tea?
Yes.
Wow.
You will see the tea leaves as if they set fire on them.
Really?
That is one of the challenges we have around here. Excessive cool. Weather affects the tea. Sometimes. It's not always.
Talking about the impact of His Excellency, I'm aware that since he came into office, before he came in, this company was somewhat moribund. But since His Excellency came into office, he has revamped this place from a dead property to an actively living organism. Tell us exactly the things His Excellency did to transform this factory and this company.
You are right. We are all happy with His Excellency Akite Darius Ishaku, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, for reviving this place. All the staffs are happy, the host communities are happy, entire Taraba State are happy. What he did, immediately he came on board, was to complete the 400 kilowatt hydropower that was on process but yet to be completed. He completed the hydropower. Since then, is one of the success story of this company. Another areas that the state government also impressed us a lot that led to growth of this place is the key promoter of our product. He speaks about this product virtually every event. He will use the state government money to buy the product, pay for it, and make it at product souvenirs. Anytime he's giving souvenirs, it's Highland tea. So we tag him as the major promoter of Highland tea. And that led to our success story.
I mean, the governor is the first brand ambassador of the Highland tea.
Even we gave him award.
That's also why we're here.
So he has done a lot for us. And that's why you can see. And also determination of the management and entire staff that we have in Mambila Beverages today.
I must thank you, sir, for your time with us on the program today.
You're welcome.
I mean, we look forward to another time with you. Taraba State, northeast Nigeria, is the only state in the country where tea is grown in commercial quantity. The Mambila tea in Kakara Saradwana local government area of the state is famed to be one of the best in the world. Call it Mambila or Kakara tea. The Highland tea was brought to Nigeria from Kenya in 1976 by the then military government.
The tea farms were so bushy that it hardly gives the right yields. But when His Excellency came in, he was able to revamp the Highland tea. He got the right machine. I think it was procured from India that processes the tea and bags it. And also the power unit, His Excellency was able to engage with the United Nations, which provided a mini hydroelectricity on the Mambila plateau. Yes, that powers 24 hours the tea company now. As we speak, the tea is one of the best teas because it is tested in most international forums.
It is called Highland tea because it is actually grown on a highland of about 1,600 feet above sea level. It is also called Kakara tea because it is grown in Kakara village, a farming settlement in Saradwana local government area of the state. The scaled tropical climate and temperature of the area makes it suitable for growing of tea.
When I came on board, it was tea and coffee. But it took me so long to fix the tea alone. The whole first 4 years was so long for the tea that I wanted to consolidate on one thing and not do two things and miss all. I went to India. I went to over 60 factories and farms in India because India is one of the great tea producing countries. I went around all of them. I actually went there to learn what is tea. Why is tea important? Why are people drinking tea? How do you plant tea? How long does a tea last? How long do you pluck it? I have been in the farms. I have been in the factory. I was following the women who are plucking the tea. I was following those who are sorting the tea. I was seeing all the different facets of machines. Then I got to know that the CTC machine is the best machine for tea. And they are now manufacturing it in India. So I went to the company and we negotiated for a brand new set of the machines. So it took me a whole of the first 4 years to fix the tea and now encourage people because it has been abandoned. The tea bushes have died.
Everything about the Highland tea is made in Nigeria, from the plantation to processing and packaging in the factory. The Highland tea is one of the best teas in the world, and it is naturally brewed without additives. This makes the Highland tea one of the most healthy teas in the world, with several health benefits. The taste is amazing. To better appreciate this gold in leaves, I visited the Mambila Beverages Company. From the plantation, which is about 1,500 hectares in size, the story began. To appreciate the efforts involved in the production of tea, Discover Taraba crew spoke with the women harvesting the leaves from the plantation.
I'm just here for plucking, but before I'm working in the factory, I just come here to help because my work is at factory. I work there at least 20-something years. I'm working there. I have my only one daughter. I school her with the company tea.
Like if I pluck almost 5 or 6 baskets a day, according to the kilo that I'll go and weigh it, the numbers that I got it, that is my That is the money that they will give me, and each kilo is 20 naira. Then that 20 naira, if you wear it either 5 or 6 baskets, sometimes if you get it 50, that is 1,000 naira, and if you get it 30, that is 600 naira. And if you're coming every day, getting more than 5, more than 6, then at the end of the day, you say that you will get much money there. More than 10,000, more than 5,000, according to your work, according to how faster you are. Some are too fast, some are too lazy. And if you're lazy, you will get it less than, and if you're faster, you will get it more.
The estate manager, Abubakar Ahmed, schooled me on the process involved in planting and harvesting the leaves.
Apart from the estate itself, the tea plantation we are having, we have also an outlet of an outgrowers. The outgrowers are also bringing their own green leaf here for processing. So they are within 27 villages that are surrounding us within a radius of 40 kilometers. So they too, they have up to 600 hectares of tea plantation, and we have up to 650 hectares of tea plantation. You see, tea itself is a plant, like you see, but this one is a very unique plant because it has a lot of health benefit in it. So it will also interest you to know, before you think of siting any tea estate, you have to have 3 factors in mind.
3 factors?
Yes. Number 1, you should have an altitude. Your altitude should have between 1,464 meters above sea level to 1,585 meters above sea level. Then 2, you should have a soil that is clay silt, that is well drained. That soil does not require any waterlogging because the root system of the tea is not so deep like that of other trees like eucalyptus.
So it cannot survive where it's waterlogged.
It is waterlogging.
Yeah.
So that's the second factor. You have to plant it where the soil is well drained, especially clay soil. Then number 4, you should have an optimum rainfall of about 1,500 millimeter to 2,500 millimeter per annum. So if you have all these things, you can now think of planting tea. Tea nursery, you start preparing the plant so that by the time it is prepared, you now take it to the factory. What I mean by that, you will have a polypot. You know this polythene sheet is about 9 inches. What I'm holding now is a cutting. You just plant it just in form of like this, you insert it. Then you can now cover it, like I said, with a poly sheet. Once it is covered, that means it will now form humidity on top of the poly sheet. So when you want to check the performance of the plant, sometimes you come and hit on top. Just gradually, you now see it has started raising. So after about 4 months, when you plant it, you now open one side to start introducing air in form of air hardening. The process takes about 9 months. So when you take it to the field, the first year you plant it, you call that year 0 year. So the second year, there is what is called decentering. So the third year, you can start what is called tipping. You can start harvesting it to the factory. By doing that, you need a measuring stick. Once you put that stick on top of it, so anything that is above the stick, you now remove it up so that it forms a complete table. Now you are now preparing it to form a canopy. A canopy. So from there, after every two weeks, you can come around for tipping. After every shoot,
tipping means harvesting.
Harvesting. You start. Before now, you give it finally for harvesting. You know, in doing that tipping, you have to select careful people so that they cannot injure the plant, because at that time the plant is growing. When it grows and is fully matured, you now take it, you now remove the tipping group, you now bring the real people that are doing the harvesting. That's the plucking. So what we normally harvest is 2 leaf and a bud.
From the farm, we went to the factory where Michael Midala, the head of production and engineering, was waiting.
So this is our first point. As you can see, this is the green leaf reception where we receive leaf from the farm. After this, the next process is the withering process. Withering process.
Withering. What does that mean?
Here we try to achieve the moisture content of the leaf to be reduced.
The moisture.
The moisture of the leaf. So we reduce the moisture. As you can see, these are the withering troughs. We have the ground floor, first floor, second floor.
Oh, okay.
So where we spread the leaves, like you can see, and we have fan at the other end. We blow cold or warm air depending on the weather condition. Cold or warm air depending on the weather condition for like 8 to 14 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
So
So all of these are the
Yeah.
withering troughs.
they are all the withering troughs. So we are into the next process, which is cutting and fermentation.
Cutting and fermentation.
You can see the withered leaves. We put them in a small bags, 5 to 10 kgs, being brought for cutting. And this is the machine for cutting. We call it CTC machine.
CDC.
CTC.
CTC.
Yeah. Cut tear and coil machine. It's the latest cutting machine as far as tea technology is concerned. So you can see the leaf being fed here. This machine now will crush it to this. Then we'll have the CTC for 4 cuts. It will be crushed here. Then what you have there will be finer than what is here. You also reach here. So you can see at this stage now, the fermentation process
It's complete.
is complete. Now we will now move to the next process. It has a lot of moisture inside. So we are going to reduce the moisture content drastically.
Yeah.
So the drying machine, we call it fluid bed dryer. It makes use of a steam. We have boiler at the other end where we generate steam
Yeah.
into the machine.
machine.
Yeah. The tea is fed here, and after 15 minutes, it gets out there dry. Only a moisture content of about 3%, which is the normal.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely dry. That's no, there was no water in it at all. The dry
The
tea.
dry tea now enters and is being separated based on the grain size.
So these are the various grain sizes.
Grain sizes.
Now-
At the end of the dry is a combination of all the 4. So the machine is tea bags. It packs 25 sachets of the tea bags into a.
Into a pack like this.
You can see down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
over here.
Over here. So 25 pieces into the display box. It's semi-automatic.
Oh, I can see how it is being wrapped over here.
Yeah,
That's the
the tea will enter from there 2 grams.
2 grams per
2
bag.
grams per sachet.
Per sachet, yeah.
Per sachet.
With the average annual national production still hovering around 1,640 tons, which meets only 10% of domestic needs, opportunities abound for more local and foreign investments in the tea industry.